Alright, let's walk through the full process of taking raw green coffee beans. These are our raw ingredients before we roast. First, we will measure out about 60 grams of unroasted green coffee beans. As you can see, we're filling up our container to about 500 grams of water to be used for our batch of coffee beans. We made sure to zero out the scale beforehand to make sure that we get the accurate measurement. Now we will place our coffee beans into our roaster. Once they are inside, set the roaster to a medium-high setting for 7 minutes. Our fan is 6, our power is 7, and our timer is going to be 7 minutes. This is our before results. The color of the coffee beans is a light green at the moment. It hasn't done anything. We are now starting the machine to brew the hot water, and we're setting it to get all the way up to 95 degrees Celsius. As the color of the semi-roasted beans gets darker, we are noticing some pops and cracks going on from the roasting. The energy that we have right now, as the roasting is about to finish, is a record of 0.12 kilowatts per hour. As far as our water goes, we have finalized a record of 0.05 kilowatts per hour. The roasted beans now have a darker color and are almost to their full dark brown, and we're looking forward to this medium roast. As this comes to a close, we are at 0.17 kilowatts per hour, and now our coffee grounds are going into the cooling cell. They have reached their full dark brown. We are plugging in the machine. Our setting is going to be 20 for grinding. After our roasted beans have been grinded, we measure in at 50.4 grams. I will now be measuring 29 grams of the medium roast. After refining our measurements, we got down to 29.1. For our light roast, we are using the same grind size of 20, and our light roast has already been roasted. We will now begin. Here is our product. Now we're going to combine our light roast with our medium roast coffee. The settings that we used for our light roast that we extracted the 4 grams out of would have been 9, 5, and 5. This is our setup for the pour over that we will now begin. We put our mix into a paper filter. I'll weigh the shafts. 0.4. We have now reached the moment to where we will proceed. Now what we're doing is we're waiting for the coffee to drain into this container. It runs through the throat nicely, and it coats the tongue really well. It's not really hitting the roof of my tongue too strongly. And it's overall just tasting like a standard cup of coffee, what you would expect from a Starbucks.
Definitely has some bitterness to it, as well as a little bit of acidity near the end of the aftertaste. Definitely coats the mouth well, has a really good balance between it. It's not too overpowering with bitter, sweet, acidic, has a good balance of all of it.
I wonder what we can do to make this batch of coffee better in the future.
I really want to ask that question, because I feel like if we used a more finer grain size with the coffee, and then use a little bit more of an extraction time when doing the pour over for the water, it would lead to having the more evaporation of the coffee to condense, which makes it more powerful of a flavor.
I agree. Thank you for sharing that with me.